in all our dealings. The anti-corruption institutions will be empowered to investigate and deal with any appointee who falls foul of the law. I expect all of you to begin the process of declaring your assets. The Chief of Staff will announce the cutoff date by which time all eligible appointees should have deposited their assets declaration forms with the Auditor General. I wish all of you good luck in your duties, and I pledge to work with you and give you the needed support, myself and Nana Jane, in the interest of working for the Ghanaian people. It's quite clear that so much needs to be done in so short a time, and I assure the people of Ghana that this government will rise to the challenge and will reset our country. As I pointed out during my inaugural speech, Ghanaians have, through their votes, declared their intention to demand the highest standards of governance, and we cannot afford to fail them. This naturally puts a burden of responsibility on us, which we must prove equal to.
Gentlemen, we heard the president, admonishing his appointees that they should focus on the work in the interest of Ghanaians, and Ghanaians sent a strong signal at the last election as to what they want, and so they should not disappoint the people. Well, Atu Forson says they will work to make him the best president the country has ever had. Well,
so we can inform the president that he should keep his dial here. For the arrogant ones, we'll be mentioning them here.
Yeah, one by one.
Hey,
every morning.
I'm telling you, in fact, right now we have a special segment called Morning Rant. Before that we go into the paper set. Morning Rant.
Good one.
Our morning rant this morning has to do with NIA. What was that?
Bra wisdom, Yaira Koku Deku.
What is that? What is that?
And what is this fixation with state institutions and their heads and bloggers?
Yes. Now you see, people they criticize people in the limelight. Oh, this person is like this or that, but they all want the shine. But you see, your job is not you're not a celebrity. You are not.
At least not yet.
For those officers, now it's right. You are not a celebrity.
No. You are going to do the work.
We will make you the celebrity.
Even when you deliver, we will not consider you a celebrity. You will be an example of good leadership.
You'll be celebrated.
But you will not be a celebrity.
Okay.
Where bloggers are following you every step of the way, and you are talking to people and say, "What is this? The wisdom you do."
Using your left hand. I mean, I don't know what putting that video out. I don't know what purpose they wanted to serve, but obviously they are starting on the wrong foot. You don't send these signals before you assume office.
And you know what? That single act displays a lack of managerial skills. That singular act displays a lack of managerial skills. You cannot convince me otherwise, because if you have a certain sense of management, you wouldn't want to bring. Or is it because the NIA Alaji Tushu NIA guy also did something of that nature, and then they posted videos of him addressing the people? And what is it like? Please, can someone tell them to put a hold on these things and focus on the work?
I think what has just happened, right? And I spoke about this a bit some time back on the same platform. See, I'm all for young people being given the opportunity, and I'm quite excited that there are many young people who have been given the opportunity. Many more are coming. In fact, I woke up to the news that Malik Basintali, YEA CEO, Vanda Lugas, that was my mate, I come over on campus, and going to DVLA. Right. All well and good. But I think the advice I'll give unsolicited, of course, and unsolicited, is that they should put all of them in one room and give them a crash course on leadership, governance, and management. And they should do that immediately, because it is a 360 degrees transformation from opposition to government. How you even open your eyes should change.
Yeah.
How you open your eyes in opposition and how you open your eyes in government.
Your whole mannerism.
Everything must change. And like I said, it is 360. There are no ifs and buts. So all of them, and there are many of them. In fact, if you count the adults, the old ones who have been appointed, I think your first hand, the fingers might not even be, it might be too much. There are a few of them. And here I'm talking about CEOs and what have you. The young people are many. Put all of them in one room, get a crash course for them to undergo about management. Now, there are many people who are excited. And I think what happened at the NIA, I will cut them some slack. As overzealousness, it's because of excitement. There were many people who followed him that ought to have not have
Absolutely.
right?
You
so
know,
it's like a grand entrance.
it tells you sometimes they are just the face. It gives so that singular act. It puts. There's so much you can deduce from it. One, lack of managerial skills, like I said. Second, he's just a face. He's fronting for the people who were actually behind him. You know, and it's about seeking vengeance.
But the one
And lack of respect.
Yeah, I get you. So, like I said, hopefully this doesn't define the rest of his stay there. And as quickly as possible, he has to apologize to the man in question. Yeah. But then they must say goodbye to the bloggers. See, if NIA is launching a product,
that is different.
It's undertaking an exercise, and you invite all bloggers in Ghana, I'm all for it.
Your first day at work and you go with bloggers.
Don't do that. It's not done.
Do you think Ayine, Attorney General, will go to Ministry of Justice with a blogger?
No.
That's
what the maturity you were talking about.
No, but and you see, that is why I don't know. The people that were behind him are my disappointments the most.
It's not the first time young people have been appointed into Look, the likes of Okujeto Ablakwa, they were in their 20s when they became deputy.
But you see, you must also understand that at that time, this blogging thing was not a thing, and so they may not have.
No, even let me just jump to the new appointees.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Apechi Awuno, he went to Boston.
Yeah.
Look at how he was received. Look at how he interacted with his predecessor.
Are there videos out there? I haven't seen.
No videos, but
pictures.
it was just a story and a picture. And you see the predecessor shaking hands with him, and he did it with some finesse. And he's also a young person. I'm just saying that, like I mentioned, overzealousness. Don't do things that will cause disaffection for the appointing authority and your party. And like I said yesterday, over 6 million people gave John Dramani Mahama the mandate. So you should consider yourself privileged, lucky to be serving under his government. So just comport yourself.
Yeah. So like the bit about the vengeance. So the one who sacked Yaira Kuku is Professor Kenatifa. He's no longer there. And I'm not sure everybody at NIA conspired. In fact, if you talk about NIA, it was started by the Kufu administration, couldn't do much. The real work of NIA was started under the NDC after the exit of President Kufu. So you can't tell me that almost everybody or majority of even the people there were recruited by the MPP. Yes, but of course, management changes hands and what have you. Put that behind you. I said here yesterday that, but for that dismissal, Yaira Kuku might not have been the CEO or the Director General for NIA. So see some silver lining in that decision. Put that behind you and just go there and deliver. Now you know what is left to do. Just get the cars to as many people as possible.
In fact, people are paying for premium services and they're not getting premium services.
What he did yesterday, sometimes you are setting yourself up for failure. People in the established, you cannot work alone. Yeah. And you cannot all of a sudden take out everybody at NIM.
No, but you're not really an NDC person at NIM.
Absolutely.
So you think that we don't have people who are sympathetic to John Mahama at NIM?
And so, Charlie, let's, like Ivy said, let's consider this a genuine error. Overzealousness, and it will cause some reflection afterwards. Please. Management is not about blogging and putting yourself out there. You are not a star. Go and do the work. I don't know why everybody's upset.
Everything
being in the limelight.
But when something goes wrong, then they lump everybody journalists, media.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they know the people they engage for their activities.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. But anyway, that's one. Charlie, the fight in parentheses, right?
Is it for
About some appointments,
yeah,
NCA, and then VRA now. Charlie.
Has the appointment been made at VRA?
I think there are moves. So the fight is to stop the moves or redirect the moves.
They said people.
But for NCA,
they said the person who led the closure of the.
no, entirely. So when government took the decision to restore those frequencies,
say they shouldn't think that they will have it forever.
Yeah, he said that the frequency for radio gold the dial might not be the same. That was what he said publicly. You actually don't say that. You don't. For that one, he misspoke. He spoke out of 10.
He was actually he was part of the team that went to close it down too.
Ah, okay. Then there's more. There's more.
But you see, sometimes.
And his name is Fianco.
You know, the thing
Fianco.
is.
No, right?
I don't
right?
know.
No, it's Fianco, yeah. But Fianco, okay. So.
No, but the thing is that sometimes, you know, there are people who have risen genuinely through the civil service or public service.
Yeah.
And they will have the alignment here and there.
Yeah.
Some of them are good at hiding.
Yeah.
They will be able to conceal where they really stand from you.
Yeah.
As and who comes and they will gel in.
Yeah.
There are people like
but
that.
When they send you to go and close radio good, if indeed you are hiding and you want it, I bet don't go. You get a point.
Your power will be clear.
So that one has not come yet.
Yeah.
But the agitations over the GRA.
GRA.
They say
GRA.
no GRA, Ghana Revenue Authority.
That appointment is made there.
The people are saying that it's MPP.
Yes.
And that the grassroots are not happy that they have been toiling and they go and give these appointments to MPP. But what did they approve that is MPP?
They talk. You see, sometimes some of these concerns might not be genuine, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Some might just be red herrings, right?
Yeah.
It's up to the appointing authorities to look at them and offer explanation. There's a way
to go about
to go about this.
Yeah,
right?
I think that instead of sometimes going silent on them, they should really
They should really
address it.
Let them get that. Because sometimes the agitations will mar the performance
of the
individual who has been appointed. But of course, the former member of parliament for Damango as well,
he's headed for
the Ghana Water Company Limited, and of course, he's suffered.
He was more energy.
So sometimes you see you have to adapt.
So why say them no give that no give them MPA rather?
Yeah.
Because
for LG to rather go to Ghana.
I saw someone write that Adabraka is getting empty.
Oh yeah, everybody added, and I mentioned
everybody
that.
Everybody in Adabraka wants a position,
and usually that's what happens to political parties. That's how come incumbents always go into crucial elections with a weak vehicle.
Absolutely, because eventually the people that get the job done, everybody is eyeing some position here and there.
So you remember, I had prior to the elections. The MPP communication were playing catch up. Sami was Sami was dictating the pace. It will flip. They'll be playing catch up now. The MPP will be talking about MPP today. There's a press conference, so they've started. NDC will come and respond. MPP will start. So by the time, if you don't strategize, you chase them for 4 years or 8 years or how long you're going to be.
And when you are in opposition, it's easy for the media to sympathize with you. Because in opposition, you're actually reflecting the sentiment of the public. And so it's easy. So when some people sat back and said, oh, NDC had bought the media in opposition, well, how much money do you have in opposition to buy the media? It's automatic. It's by default.
Right now, things are evolving. In the past, where you would have to depend traditionally on traditional media, it's no more the case. These days, because of social media, just get the right bite, put it out there, and it will trend for you effortlessly. You understand? And so in the past, when it was a big deal about whether GTV is showing one party or the others, was that really a problem this time? Was there a conversation?
GTV had its own off-season and on-season period for political parties.
So there's a lot that is changing when it comes to communication, especially with politics and all. I mean, all these platforms. We were talking about Dr. Amwako Hene the last time when he after his appointment. I mean, this was someone who was active
star
on TikTok, campaigning. And he, it's a whole story or package on its own to talk about how these platforms, social media platforms, played a huge role when it comes to campaigning.
I agree. Relative to what Bipo just mentioned about the party vehicle, at least, so the chairman is staying put, right?
Yeah, General
And then the
Secretary seems to be
is
staying put, yeah.
And so far, it is the regions that have had executives take up the
Regional minister position.
ministerial portfolios, right?
Yeah.
And then we have some the communication. As for the communication out of it,
It's
I think
almost-
it's been decimated because with Malik also exiting.
He has also said,
Why? They are our neighbors.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
as is it
As
official?
you, yes.
When?
So when I was talking,
You mentioned it. Sister was hot on Yaira Koku.
It is finished.
I didn't see that one.
Yes. So with the communication, and especially given the fact that the information ministry has been collapsed now, I've insisted, and I still maintain that it's difficult for one individual to
But
communicate for
Shabima is
government.
there as
Not
deputy.
coming. So as deputy, even when we had information ministry, the minister and the deputy, at the point we even had two deputies there. MPP was struggling. We had Eugene Ahi and his deputies at the presidency. MPP was struggling.
But Eugene really was not doing communication.
And that's the point, yeah. So like, the creation was there. He was issuing statements, right? But, yeah. But then, at the point, I think somebody, or probably convinced himself that they shouldn't be speaking at cross purposes, right? So the information minister shouldn't
But
be
it's not
speaking.
that easy.
But
He did it twice. He couldn't continue.
And then he promised that he was going to do.
If he busy, do him.
Yeah, he was going to do periodic and routine and briefing.
was coming to
even
pull
the
off
president said every year he will engage just twice. We had that just twice for the 8 years, or three times for the 8 years.
Eugene wanted to pull, a kind of US.
Yeah, but then there was this lady who was there.
It's not easy.
Okay, I spot on IB, because you see, especially in the case of the NDC, now that you are not going to have some ministries having deputies, you need a strong communication outfit.
Yeah.
No two ways.
Yeah.
So let's see how they will maneuver that storm.
I mean, I think they are really overly excited.
No, they are rewarding hard work and visibility.
No, I
If
think
it
they're
works-
overly excited.
If it works, kumbaya. If it doesn't, we'll be here to pick the pieces.
Well, still, the goodwill is there.
Oh, yeah.
So people haven't gone at the government really yet.
I think they are overly excited, and they have not really sat down to process how to separate the excitement from getting the job done, and how to keep the party functional while they also govern. But let's see how it goes. When will they go for Congress to elect?
I think
That'll be 2 years. Too.
yeah. To elections. So that'll be
2 years.
So they have-
2026.
Yeah.
So that's
have-
next year.
Next,
For executives?
Yeah,
For executives.
Yeah, next year.
Next year,
2026.
2026.
Yeah.
let's see how that goes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now.
No vetting. Yesterday,
But I mentioned.
yesterday, those of us who love women,
Yeah.
who are happy to see women occupy important national positions, were a bit, I won't say disappointed, but we felt like we say in our parlance some way when the first nominee appeared, the gender minister,
Okay.
Auntie Namomo.
Okay.
Her demeanor, the way she answered some of the questions isn't really come across as somebody who is confident about the sector that
so
she,
she's going to- Okay.
But subsequently, I mean, the trades and agribusiness minister, Ojari, I think she
You
nailed
know
it.
that there are some
She-
people.
she-
Let me speak for Namumu at this point.
Okay.
No, but if I don't finish,
Oh, no, finish. You
the impression will be created as if.
let me
Oh no, but you address now. Let me speak to them. We can go to the rest.
Don't worry, I'm wrapping
You
up.
can come back and save Namu on the
no,
process. So
I'm not rubbishing Namu, but I'm comparing Namu to her peers.
Performance
exactly.
with peers.
To her peers.
In fact, those are her seniors.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, ministry-wise, the peers.
That's fine.
That's true.
Ojari, she nailed it.
Yeah.
But like my star so far, I mean, as for Aruna, what else do you expect? But I mean, so far.
It's the Emily Arthur.
Emily Arthur.
Yeah.
And how come we didn't? Of course, there's people who know her, but how come I didn't really know her that much? This is somebody we understand, even the Reform Party.
She was
era.
part.
It's
Yeah.
the same reason why you only got to know of Guzitano at that time, and then he went under the radar and then came back. Again. Usually, when you break away and you are returning, it's
Saturday,
not easy
Saturday.
for that.
Oh look, I was satisfied.
But that's a presidential
with the,
material
your
right
explanation on the blue economy and everything.
But for the crowd, what can it do?
Yeah.
Hey, it was so.
Oh.
It was
Now
so
you can
cool.
take over.
Over to you, Nala.
Yeah. Come on. So Namomo obviously could have done way better. I think she was a bit unsettled. There are people who actually perform poorly at interviews.
Yeah, that's also.
And so if you know that that's your weakness, you get a lot of coaching from people who have done it before. I mean, you saw a brief interaction between Haruna and Brian, who said that when I was coming for my vetting, I came to you for some tips or something of that nature. In that situation, go to people who are aces at it. You rehearse. You rehearse. You guess the possible questions they will ask you. They say fake it till you make it. Don't go there and you say, oh, yes sir, yes, no.
Well, it is politics, and perception is also important. Unfortunately, it's not only about the reality.
No, it's not. Then you keep a very your voice doesn't communicate. You see,
confidence.
Emilia is everything everybody should perhaps be emulating. She doesn't scream. She didn't scream.
No.
She's firm. She's articulate. You hear her words. She doesn't swallow her words. She says every word of it. So now I'm sure there's a lot more. I mean, you have been able to be with Crowell. This is your second term in office. Crowell is not. It's not easy to manage, and there are a lot of people in the party who would want your position. And so I believe that this was just one of. We are hoping that you will do a lot more learning and you will do better. But of course,
quick one before I comes in. Look, my main worry was people in the ministry watching and the kind of signal it may send. You know, you need to come. No matter what, you need to be seen as assertive. So that was my worry. But like you said, interview sometimes people don't ace it like that. But once they get an opportunity to serve, they.
But on a lighter note, how are Kums and Kra passed?
And I knew you would say that.
We've been around long enough to know that they are doers, and sometimes they are talkers. They are talkers sometimes who are doers, and there are talkers who are not doers. And then there are people who are unable to talk, but they do. What we witness, we just have to hope that once she gets in there, she delivers the goods, right? Now, aside that, and especially given the fact that there's not every ministry that's going to have a deputy. The ministers must be able to communicate.
Exactly.
There are no ifs and buts about that. And so we told that she's done her PhD, right? So for the first time, we're going to have a PhD holder as a minister for gender and civil and social protection.
And sorry to cut you at this point. One of the things that gives me a little bit of reprieve is the fact that Nana Jane will be supervising that ministry.
Exactly.
So if she lends herself to the process, she would learn a lot under Nana Jane's feet. We see Okujetua Blakwa, who is the better for it because he was once a deputy minister of education under her, and he speaks fondly, consistently about the impact he has had, she has had on him. So if she lends herself to the process, she wouldn't have too much of a problem.
I agree. So the other advantage that she comes with, like I said, is the fact that she's a PhD holder, and to some people that matters a lot. So it means that she's been able to go through the rigor of even defending her thesis, right? So that should not be a problem. Let's see. But then again, the ministry, there are soft policies to implement. They are not that difficult to take care of the elderly, right? Get children off the streets.
The lead and everything.
The lead beneficiaries, expand it, and let it be something substantial.
If they are still which camps, close them down.
Close them down. Let's go with hammer.
Child labor, voter lake. Challenging heights, contact them.
I think the ministry is the only one that has their problems been like a nail. And would you having a hammer in your hand, just be knocking them? Go which camp, beat them down.
Get the rapport with the anti-trafficking, anti-human trafficking unit at the Ghana Police Service. Liaise with them and ensure that.
We just do the job for you. Right now we are done.
If it be easy, do them.
No, they give you the do them. We say remember the open.
In fact, you say if you are a social worker.
Exactly.
But how did we miss that? Look, now that you please permit, I have a question for Ivy.
What is
the question?
Okay, so Mr. Ibrahim, in all difficulties and in dangers, in whom, do you place your trust?
Is it the ultimate architect or something?
Yeah, the answer was the grand architect, of the university.
I place my trust in Almighty Allah. He alone will worship. He alone will ask for help, right? And so, yes. I think there should have been a follow-up question on this. When you say the grand architect of the universe, who exactly are you referring to? But nobody around the table could detect the fact that there should be a follow-up. Or if I were Jojo Payado, I would have just said, yes, I'm a Freemason just as you are. Because Freemason is also Freemason, right? And they take pride in projecting their own.
The question the honorable ranking member, Afeni asked, has people are talking about has generated some debate as to if it's necessary or not.
There are many things she's been asking.
I think spot on, it is necessary. Whatever you believe in, if you are going to serve in a public office, it is necessary. Let me give you this scenario. Imagine one day, we have a health minister designate. I have nothing against Jehovah's Witness. They are my friends. Who is a Jehovah's Witness? You know their stance on blood transfusion and donation and all that. Health ministry, of course, sometimes we want people to donate blood. It is part of. Imagine you have such a person being nominated.
It will not affect. Policy is policy.
No, but you see, it's required.
Listen.
So for me, I think whatever you believe in should be made public.
Let me tell you.
I'm listening.
Alaji Tusho is an example.
Yes, and we all know our position on Alaji Tusho.
But you see, Tusho, please, they can commit all the errors. People may not die.
But I'm saying
the likelihood of people dying from their errors is minimal.
I just wanted to depart a little bit from your argument.
Oh, no, I get that. I recognize the other perspective you bring on board. I fully recognize. But I feel that if you're going to occupy sensitive government positions, these things must be brought to the fore. Also, I think now they should include, beyond your religion, if you are part of any society, you need to indicate. It should even include clubs. Now, people are forming powerful clubs, and it's one of the things that I'm sure later we'll talk about. That when sometimes they are in the wrong with regards to the law, there's some level of protection. Recall, one of the policemen that I revere, he's retired. You know how I revere COP retired Kofi Bach. I revere him. But I cringed when he was actively serving and he was wearing his uniform to attend a certain gathering. I cringed because imagine.
Which gathering?
Oh, it's the one executive club. He was wearing his uniform as member and attending, and I cringed. Like it is unacceptable.
Yes, I mean,
it's the same way. It's the same way I feel that as a state, no matter how benevolent people are, there are certain things that should be left for the state to do. Ibrahim and I shouldn't be constructing police stations. For the state, do you think that,
of course,
despite it's a decent man?
It's one of the things I've always also had a problem with in terms of, some of the key things our institutions need. So you would see a businessman going to donate motorbikes, build a police station, or, those kind of things. When you do that, the question is, should you get some problem someday where you are on the wrong side of the law? Would that police station be able to look you in the face and pick you up?
I think that in itself, the act in itself, to me, isn't that bad. What is bad is the tagging of that particular edifice. So, for instance, this police station was donated by
the one that's
no, for that, no. You can do it anonymously. See.
No, but even
there are a group of people who came together.
Whether it's anonymous or not.
Because we don't have resources.
But I feel
because you see,
security facilities, individuals, it's a no-no for me.
It's just like political party financing, where when they finance, they get to call the shots in some areas. It's the same thing. When it comes to our sensitive institutions, we should leave them for the state to do.
I get that, but here you are in a state that doesn't have the resources to undertake all these projects. So the same is legal. I'm sure you've seen the East police station. The people there put it up. There's nothing wrong to me, because see, if you commit a crime and it's visibly,
it mustn't be visibly for justice to be served. That is, you see, I get it. Look, if, for example, leading members of that club, and they are decent men, we are just using them as example. People shouldn't misconstrue our words. Imagine that somebody there commits an offense, a member of the group commits an offense. And it becomes widespread, irrespective of who you are. Once it becomes a topical conversation, chances are the top hierarchy will pick it up. Justice may be served. But it shouldn't always be the case for your offense to get national attention for justice to be served. Even if it's a small offense and it means that you should be detained at counterback. You should be detained at counterback.
I agree. See, there are institutions and individuals who donate to the police service. with this at the back of their mind,
Yeah.
that the police service will then be lenient whenever they fall foul of the law. Those ones are there. But if we have a system and that system works, this influence peddling should not be working. Right, but of course, I know that we have a system that doesn't work. But then again, if we sit here and say that individuals, it's decent, should not be helping with the security architecture.
We are not there yet. We are not saying that they should not. We are just highlighting the problem.
Oh, yeah, of course, that's a problem.
When you consistently do that, law enforcement is not that easy.
Oh yeah, I get that.
Yeah. So we want the states to step up in terms of their responsibilities and fix some of these things.
Yeah. But you know,
they can intervene.
And these things, the states can. If you look at the money we wasted on this cathedral thing, imagine we deciding to construct police stations and all those. The states actually can.
But
or even giving Kolibu a proper facelift.
You get it.
It would have been a very beautiful legacy of the president. But we spoke, I didn't listen.
That has not been done. So we have individuals going to renovate facilities there, and they have their names embossed on those facilities.
For those ones.
But talking about clubs and then associations, please don't misconstrue the conversation here.
Yeah.
Join one.
Yeah.
It might just be your salvation, and I'm telling you this in no uncertain terms. See, a time will come where a destiny-changing decision will have to be made about you. Somebody will have to put in a word. So join them.
So which club are you in?
Lions. But I say, please,
why not the East Legon? We can't join the East Legon one. Is that what people are saying?
Oh, I think you can also form that with you and Alice.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yes, but we shall get there.
Is it fan club? IB, Alice. Kojo Mensah can join because of community.
But this guy, they have a staff from the Ablikuma analyst.
Analyst. Yeah. Manager. Okay.
It's
about time they indicate that on their CV so that at least everybody knows.
So which club are you also in?
That's a good one. That's a good one. But anyway, at least he belongs to the biggest club in the country. That's Pentecost. Yeah. Pentecost is the biggest club in the country. Yeah.
Anyway.
Also, we hear you. As you talk, we know if you are
voting today.
Yeah, regional ministers.
Oh,
regional ministers.
Oh no, I'm not saying you guys are making me feel bad.
No matter what's your okay one.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, sensitive ministerial. This is why.
This vetting is called tailor-made vetting. Yeah. It has its own constituency. Yeah.
Am I the only one who thinks the president is still very tired? But he has to get the job
done.
He
has to get the job done.
He sounds tired.
And now, yesterday I engaged the member of parliament for Bolibam Boy.
Yeah.
Whose constituent
had gone on rampage.
Said, he went to the president to actually apologize to him. The president said, no.
There's no need.
If you're not just doing politics, I understand these things. No need.
I suppose that's why he's even starting in the Volta region.
Yes. He says no need. I understand these things. But then his question to the youth, the rampaging youth, is that do you just want a minister,
or you want
development and jobs? Because he's identified that these two things are the most critical to you: no jobs, and then you also lack development.
Yeah.
So if I have the assurance that regardless of which position I play, I can get you jobs, I can get you development. Why worry? And I think that is a masterstroke of a comment.
And you see, there are people who may not necessarily get ministerial appointments.
Yeah.
But
they may have the ear of the president. They can get things done. They may be even powerful than some of the people that openly that.
See, it's just because probably the party has decided to just reward the young people and people with their CEO appointments. Otherwise, sometimes what you can do for your people as a CEO of an institution, no minister can even rival it or come close.
All right. The Daily Graphic newspaper front page feels very light today. Front page: no tolerance for arrogance and disrespect. President tells appointees. I hope they listen. It's very important.
They listen,
and some of them, we know them. Opposition said they were arrogant. They are now in office, more arrogant.
And he couldn't have said it at a more appropriate place than where he was saying it, because there are some of them there.
And that's what I'm saying, that some of them in opposition said they were arrogant, and then in power. If we try and reach them and they are doing come out,
we'll come and report them.
We'll play the president's sound and say you were there when the president said come sa.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but final one on this. Look at the pictures. This one is a picture, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen employers?
James Bond.
No, have you seen employers and what they are wearing? Look at employees. But it's good. They have dressed well for the office. So yeah, but it's just quite interesting.
It is Mr. Dominic Ayinde for me. The choice of color.
He was asked whether he would change fashion-wise. He said no.
He's not for his fashion.
Yeah, that's it.
Hey, fashion.
Yeah, and it didn't start today.
Yes.
And mind you, it's not your money.
Oh no.
So I beg. No. We are remember that it's not your money.
And you see, James Bond.
Tettey.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like, yo, but you're indoors, bro.
Yeah.
Why are you wearing shades?
Maybe the lights there,
Oh.
you know Jubilee House.
Come
Oh,
on.
this is what.
Oh,
Yeah, this is Jubilee House. No, it can be. It depends on where. Okay, for now it's Jubilee House, right?
yes.
The lights there maybe. Yeah.
Maybe a warning.
Yeah.
There's a banquet hall of the Jubilee House.
Yeah.
Charlie, what is up with the state house?
They said they were renovating it
We have
for
not
past
seen-
8 years, and hopefully they bring some
They
light.
could
to
have
it.
had the presidential ball
No,
there.
I just hope and pray we don't leave it to deteriorate.
Yeah.
Further.
Because it was a
I know my people. We can do that.
we are very capable.
Yeah.
Everything. Can do everything. So, there was something I was coming to tell you, but you probably
You were talking about the fashion, and then the aine, and then
And
the
arrogance.
and then the employer-employee relationship.
yes, there's the employer that I wanted to. That's the employer does very well.
Yeah.
When it comes to wearing these attires.
Kaftan. and
Yes,
whatever,
yes, he does very well, and I love Madam's outfit too.
Yeah.
She looks very graceful.
Beautiful.
Um,
And I love that. I love the attention. Attention.
Maybe. Okay.
Eh? Affirmative Action Act requires more resources for full implementation. Minister designate for gender. As of now, we don't have the legal instrument for it, right?
no.
The LI,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
that would be the next step.
For
I'm
her
sure
to
she would have people to guide her through the process. Government to provide incentives for agribusinesses to produce raw materials. Trade Minister designate. Elizabeth Ofusui-Jare. Also, reduced ministries and portfolios good. Expert says, but urges caution. Experts say, but urge caution. I beg your pardon. UNDP Ghana's YAI transforms lives through youth-led innovation. And the back page. College Clotte Municipal Assembly records 200% growth in property rate. And EU and the Netherlands launch Youth Empowerment Initiative. That's it for the Daily Graphic newspaper.
Yeah. Now I'm told you qualify to join the East Legon Executive Club. You qualify.
Yeah.
So
Who is the
Pablo.
But there is the one.
Is
Is
that-
the name because they have the young
The juniors.
ones, the juniors and the
Yeah,
I
seniors.
thought we should form the Lasibi one, or Labaulesi one. You see, that one would be like no budget one. Oh, you see,
Now Hanan and Kuka join.
because Isilego, you see, there's Isilego, there's Isilego.
You mean Santo?
Yeah.
It's like on hills. Please respect some people.
Santo.
Yeah, it's like on hills.
What is Santo? They don't
So
say
that
Igbo Hills.
one, the executive, you won't pronounce this thing, you say Eze.
Oh, I think that there's something in Buchi. The boys have Buchi back, right?
Yeah, Bushoberg, yeah. It's Giovanni and Co. Yeah.
So it's their subtle way.
Yes,
They are
yes.
growing into the executive
yeah.
position.
Yeah, but is not too far from East Legon, so I think, yeah, it's okay.
But if you are talking about Islegon, Paco himself is part of it. Paco.
Oh, yeah, no, but he's the secretary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, guys, if you
Secretary, I think we'll have to visit him.
I think tell him that I said things are not the same.
Things that
Levels don't change now. 10 over 10.
That's
So
what it is. 11 over 10.
I'm telling
It's
you.
in proper fraction.
So good morning to you, sir. Yeah, thank you for tuning in always. We appreciate it.
We
I'm done with the
appreciate it.
Daily Graphic.
Getting time this morning. Serve with humility and candor. Yeah, this candor, they took it from us. You know, it's part of our EIB.
Yes,
Candor
yes.
is part of our principles.
Yeah.
President Mahama tells new ministers, Commander Sugar Factory will be operationalized. Trade Minister designate. And I think there are no ifs and buts about this. The Commander Sugar Factory will have to work again.
Must work.
No two ways about that. No two
Must
ways
work.
about that. If for nothing at all, the NDC owns it to the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then at Mills Library.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And as we Park, they should take good care of it.
Yeah, because
That
now
statue really does not
Kuku
look
says he will no longer be able to do it. So I think
They should really take good.
Yeah,
Oh,
he said he
yeah,
has
don't worry, he'll do it.
surrendered the keys.
Is that yes?
Yeah, he mentioned that.
No, he tweeted
He tweeted
about
that he can no longer go there.
Why? They'll catch him.
He has extradited himself.
Got you. I got you.
I don't know if you are sympathizing with the man or you are mocking him. Let me know. Let me understand your facial
Oh,
expression.
what's sympathizing? I'm not sympathizing with him.
I'm also not seeing his newspaper.
Yesterday there was Inform.
There was no Inform.
There was no Inform.
No, I've not seen
So
information.
Daily Guide and Inform.
They are resetting.
Daily Guide, they used to be our neighbor. We can check on them.
Really? They are resetting.
Yeah. No, resetting applies everywhere.
Yes, I get you because
Yeah.
you
have
have been
to-
in government for 8 years.
Exactly.
You need
So-
to reset to and bring back your cartoon and everything. Akosia will be more visible now.
Exactly. So
It's true.
that's what I mean.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah, but once again, the barrier in front of the president's demarcation.
Still there.
Is it there? Oh no, it's unconscionable. no, I think it should go. No. For the interest of in the interest of the people there, his neighbors.
Yeah. It's still there.
To be honest,
It's still there.
I think they've not addressed that. Okay, maybe the transition. They feel somebody might go and attack.
Yeah.
So after everything takes.
It will take. I think maybe after some
You
months.
take a while.
Yeah.
Even for I think when President Kufuor took over,
Yeah.
5 or 6 months before
Yeah.
Rawlings' place was.
They're cleared.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
so eventually it will have to be cleared.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fine.
That's good.
It's unfortunate that we are no more there to enjoy the easy access.
Yeah.
We had to go and do a long, winding merry-go-round.
I mean, my problem is not that road. My problem is with the police service, the TZ seller that.
Oh,
Yeah,
Charlie,
that's
they
what
really
they
did
said,
that from there,
TJ
Charlie.
seller, yeah.
Oh,
After the road, I can manage.
Charlie, take the teaser from us, cry, yeah.
Just like
Oh,
that.
just like that.
Yeah.
I destroy everything.
People's livelihood. Come on. Anyway, there was this kinky seller too on the green grass. Now the green grass.
Charlie, you don't mind that's why it is workers. We are doing our muffin. When we come to work, when we buy our food.
I can't stay my plan.
And so when they give them between 1,000 to 2,000. And then I was asking the kinky seller where she's going to relocate to. Say she doesn't even know.
Oh, Charlie, they used to
Also
sell
the
some.
choba, yeah.
The presidential
Yeah,
gardens.
yeah.
So there was
Yeah.
some yam seller
I know.
there.
That's the point. Yeah, that's the point I'm making. I think it's because
Crispy
of
yam.
You know, the place is now very green. The things that they left there, the soil became very, very.
It was a job bad, there was a bad shop, there was somebody who was
There was
doing
everything.
art. That place
There was a
everything.
fitting shop
There was
there.
a fitting shop.
Charlie, can you imagine?
That's small land though.
Everything was,
Yeah.
it was a whole, like a
It's
small
a community on its own.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It could qualify as a country. We just have to give it independence.
And I remember very well how excited some of them were when President Kufuor won.
Their
the
neighbor had
constituency
become a
election.
president.
Their neighbor had become election.
Yeah,
Little did they know
he had given them
that the new
insurance.
status will require that they vacate
Yeah, we know.
the enclave.
Through no doing of his.
In fact, he
Yeah.
was willing to let them stay, but
Yeah,
security-wise,
for national security,
the
it-
advice was that it cannot be.
And it makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of national security,
Yeah.
there was this. What was this in Parliament about jets?
Oh.
Person will
Is
say
it-
there was no shower.
I know it was deliberate.
Person will say there was no shower in some jets.
Yeah. No, I mean, to me, the one who had the day will be another pray.
Yeah, I also think.
Because see, Nitu was very particular about what he was saying. He didn't bring in any Ibrahim Mahama jet and what have you, right? Because indeed, the trip to the United Arab Emirates was done not just by the president, but many others went to, including
Atuforsen
Atuforsen.
mentioned that they went via Emirates.
Exactly. And so Nitu said, that's wrong. And his explanation is this. He is aware that Akufo-Addo had used the presidential jet consistently for 8 months before leaving power. So that jet is serviceable, right? Meaning it's in a good condition. And so if indeed it had been established that that jet was not in a good condition, he would have wished that the president rented a private jet, just like Akufo-Addo did. So he did not depart from his support of the decision by President Akufo-Addo to rent private jet. But for security reasons, he believes that it was wrong for the president to travel on a commercial flight. We disagree with him. We wholeheartedly disagree with him. Now, then Frank Anodombre comes in and says, you see, President Mahama has been using his brother's jet. Akufo-Addo will never do that. First of all, Akufo-Addo's brother doesn't have a private jet. I think that must be established. No.
And
That must be
sincerely,
established.
You think that if he did, he go use them?
Of course, but to come at a cost.
Of course, shizzle. Shizzle and nizzle.
So we are theorizing, and I'm saying that practically, Akufo-Addo's brother doesn't have a private jet.
Yes.
So that scenario will not
That's
play
not
out.
applying.
Right. Two, when the opportunity presented itself, we rented a jet.
Yes.
Right.
It was a luxurious one, high end.
It's not only about renting a jet; it's the kind of jet you
High-end,
go in
yes.
for.
So he said after the back and forth, guess who was tapped to respond to Nitiwu? But I love the fact that he allowed that cap to pass him. It was Ablakwa. so Governor just said after Nitiwu's submission, because the back and forth, it had to compel the speaker, the second deputy speaker to suspend sitting. When they came back, they said, okay, one person, Nitiwu should speak. Because he had gotten enough to speak, and then the second deputy speaker said, no, let's not drag this.
Yeah.
And then the MP started. No Bimbila, no parliament. No Bimbila, no parliament. No, that was what compelled him to suspend the sitting. So when they came back, Bimbila had his day. And
Which is Nitiwu.
And then they said Ablakwa. Then Atuforson walked in. When he was not there then, when he walked in, and then said, oh, I was on that trip.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed, we travel commercial.
To the UAE.
Yeah. And so just as Atuforson spoke, by then he was still the majority leader, Ablakwa then swerved. Because whatever he said would have been used against him at vetting. Yeah, so he swerved.
But he has a lot on his plate.
His vetting is
It might take 3 days.
his vetting is the most anticipated at this point.
Yes.
Even sports channels may broadcast it.
Yeah.
Hey.
And that's because you see, many times those platforms are used to settle scores. And both parties do it. So
And he has had his day at the appointment committee.
oh yes.
I miss him on the appointment committee. I miss
When it comes
Muntaka on
to
the appointment
CV
committee.
and all those.
And trust me, that will come
Muntaka
up.
as well on the
Why
appointment
he
committee.
hesitated the committee on his own
Yeah.
without informing his leaders. So they said it will come up.
Was Ablakwa's exit also in connection with?
It was after the
Our
past.
Kusin's
Yes.
approval and many others. So Kono Foria test approval.
Okay, it was Ayariga and Muntaka that had a bribery.
Yes.
Hey, but appointment committees, the things have happened before.
Things have happened.
Who was accused of bribery? No.
Ejapon.
So that was Nana chapter 1.
Yeah.
And Ayaga made that accusation.
Yeah, and Muntaka
Muntaka
said no. So it became a back and forth.
Muntaka was more or less.
And I suspect that still those two individuals may not be on. But I mean, you don't need to be friends to it.
Yeah, man, that's it.
It is, as long as they are maintaining their seats, I guess they are fine.
Yes. There's another issue that was.
So officially they'll take over. The new leadership will take over.
Yeah, now that
Parliament
they've been
today.
approved today. Yesterday, they Rickett, for instance, was occupying.
Yeah, I
about
saw him. I
14
think I
years.
saw.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's just that Ariga is just one step back. So now he will just take 2 steps and then he will occupy the black seat, and then the others will follow suit. For Dafemiko, he's been ripping. Even at the appointment committee level, he's been ripping. So it's just by.
What do you think
default.
of him as a whip?
I think he's a rebel leader, and he did that from the backbench.
Okay.
So the people who give him headache are the people that he was giving others headache with. So he can rein them in.
Okay.
You get that? So yeah.
Let's see.
And his people love it. His people love it. I'm talking about the caucus. You see,
The
if your
voter region
caucus is,
caucus.
yes, if your caucus is able to stake his claim, they will. We told that some people in the Greater Accra Group wanted it, but the caucus could not lobby that much.
Yeah.
So it went to.
Okay. No, Allah. It is what it is.
It is what it is. And then there was an issue that was also raised about Bofrolati's appointment, and that government will have to offer some explanation. And I think I agree as to what is informing that one, because this is international relations policy decision. First of all, how does ECOWAS recognize these 3 countries? How does that sit with our foreign policy? Mind you, these are still military leaders. And that's how come we got a lot of international attention. In fact, all the appointments that the president made, the only one that got international attention was Bofrolati's
Because that's
appointment.
the one with the only the one in the
international
international appeal.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
So-
you see, I asked Sasante briefly. It was a brief question to him yesterday, and he says, when you are in an area where everybody around you, you are the only democratic one.
Yeah.
Everyone else around you is, undemocratic or this.
Yeah. Pseudo democratic.
Yes.
Sham democracy.
Yeah.
You have to find a way
Yeah.
to sort of maintain a certain cordial relation with them,
Oh, yes.
and then also try and get them to move away from it, because you are at risk because of what is happening there.
Yeah.
You are more at risk if you decide to break off ties with them compared to when you are being cordial and also getting to know where their minds are,
Look,
and then also how to get them to perhaps have a
Yeah.
change of mind and also revert.
even if they
to-
decide not to have a
democracy.
change of mind, you don't have any option than to
Than to
maintain
work with them.
bilateral relations
Yeah.
with them. Like, you don't have a choice.
Yes.
Even if they say we are sticking to this, you have to find a way of ensuring that you still can export, import, still have trade go through between the two countries. I mean,
So
Yeah.
it is what it is. So there are people, but people are asking for those as well.
Yeah.
They should-
Because
we need to,
if we want to a shift in our international
the same way we need to be
policy.
asking questions about
How
that
is it a
last
shift?
minute decision.
Okay, so how we see military leaders, how we relate to military leaders,
Yeah.
and our original status of being members of the non-aligned movement. Of course, that one was jeopardized with some comments we made with our decision on Ukraine, because we were supposed not to be aligned. But when it came to Russia and Ukraine, we aligned with the West, right? Same with, so for instance, what we've just done, the Sahrawi issue, and what we have done, it means that we have actually jeopardized our non-alignment status.
But you see, when it comes to military regimes,
Yeah.
it goes through, the recognition goes through phases. Usually at the first stage, everybody's like, don't interact with them.
Yeah,
Then at the next stage,
the reality sets in.
reality sets in, and now the recognition starts coming in gradually. Then eventually they see them as a de facto government.
Yeah.
And that is where Mali, Burkina Faso, and which other one? Niger.
Yeah.
That's where
Yeah.
they are. The
Apart from
moment.
persuasions,
Because
there's nothing you can do.
even some of the, apart from France, many of the other Western nations that even condemn these coups are relating to them because they are the de facto government
You think,
at the
but
moment.
you think if they are getting gold from a place, from a region, they will say,
So
you don't want to go.
it is what it is. At this point, people will put their interests first.
Oh yes.
You weigh the risks and
Exactly.
then pick which one you
Yeah.
pursue.
Unless the country is a direct adversary of Ghana,
Yeah.
where certain, you get it,
No, I get it.
as it stands now, they are not direct.
I get it.
I mean,
I get it. There's a saying that if you live in a jungle and everybody else is transforming into a lion and you refuse to,
They will chew you.
you'll be devoured. So
I think when the Mali Prime Minister came,
yeah.
Abdoulaye Maiga, the president did say that they say when your neighbor's
Yeah.
beard is on
It's on
fire,
fire,
you,
yeah.
you fetch water and protect yours.
Yeah, now you soak yours in water.
And
First you
add
say
ice.
fetch water and put
by
it down.
your side.
Yeah, but now you soak it.
Add
yeah.
ice block.
Yeah. But if it's possible, just go under the shower.
Or jump into the sea. Anyway, the father had
Finish me.
the father had
It's done.
Yeah,
There's no mark.
yeah.
Hey, today you say you should go under the shower.
Yeah.
Every day, bath or bath. Yes.
DJ to pursue justice for Latif Idrisu, later Mems Wiley at ICC. Yeah, kudos and good luck. Mother declared wanted for unlawful removal of child. This family feud there, that is playing out
One
before our
person-
First
eyes.
of all, the statement from police,
Yeah.
is it actually the case?
Yeah, it's from the
So
police.
where from the fake that people, some
Yeah,
people
people are just
splashing on it.
slapping fake on it. We are from our deeper sources within the police.
But have you read the letter?
It's a beautiful one.
Which letter? The police's letter?
yeah.
There's something about tattoo and stuff.
Yeah, that is.
I have not really.
Yeah. No, I think that description came from the only the
It's only the man.
come from the
It
husband.
can only come
Who-
from-
How
It
we
says
are-
on it,
so
there's
for
a
instance,
tattoo on
now
it.
how-
So-
If the person is wearing high
You guys say it's authentic.
Are you sure?
They say.
I'm not too sure, but what's making the rounds?
Yeah, so
let's
that's-
put
yeah,
it like that.
yeah.
So this is what. So she has, according to the letter, I'm just reading that portion. She has a tattoo on her right breast. She's a native of Doma Hinkro. She is believed to be hiding in the East Legon
Blah, blah,
airport
blah.
areas comes in.
Yeah, yeah.
But you finish. I think you have
No,
something.
no, no.
about
It's,
that.
it's a family feud that's playing out before our eyes, right? The lady is giving her account. The man insists that wants the child back and what have you. And now with these detailed descriptions of who the lady is, how do we help? No, like I read this and I was like, okay, me, I want to help, but like, how do I help?
So is it that they were so is it that they were hoping that a wind would blow at the point like a look, because honestly
How do I help?
I think it's there for a purpose.
Yeah.
And as a man, I'm angry.
Yeah.
You see, it is for a certain effect to paint. You know how we perceive people with tattoos.
This is deeply concerning, and it gives if it is indeed coming from
the police.
them, and you see,
I just hope it is fake.
there are times you say one thing and it tells who you are.
Exactly.
It tells who you are. What do we need this detail for?
Yeah.
She's not going to walk around naked.
Too much information.
She's not going to.
He might as well. They might have as well put her photo out in a bikini.
Yeah.
That's where we'd see.
Well, even that tattoo, you don't know exactly.
It's like, because
very
how
unnecessary.
many people really, you are in a corporate world, you are going around with your tattoo showing? Is that?
And look at where it is. So
Yeah.
Charlie, I mean, these things. I mean, I just hope that they are able to settle this thing. My heart breaks for the child involved.
Yeah.
To have your parents go at each other
In a nasty way.
in public like this,
Yeah.
it will forever be a tag on you.
Yeah.
And you know, most often when some parents are doing this, they're not thinking. So I'm even wondering if the father really cares about this child, because for me it's a show of force. He wants to prove a certain point that look,
I'm connected, I have resources.
I will show you, and that is what is
Wherever
that is what is at play, because this is just a mere conversation that could have been had, but sponsored stories all over and so on. So because every day we know of stories about custody battles that go on, but this is someone who knows the power of the media and decides when the matter goes to court, sponsors it to be published across board. Now this is also a subtle way of cowing the woman into submission. For me, it's a serious red flag, and I am just praying that they are able to solve this matter, and they should factor in the child.
Well, already solicitors of the woman has written to some media houses for rejoinder, for them to also retract their stories. So let's see how it goes. But like you mentioned, it's unfortunate for the child, but at the heart of it is, if indeed what the lady is saying, one of the things that makes fighting domestic violence or abuse is that sometimes victims feel if they complain, nobody is going to take them seriously. That's how come once issues of domestic violence comes up, I want to listen to the victim. I want people to give a hearing, people to listen to the victim and be nice to the victim. Other than that, it creates a certain impression, and people may be going through similar things, may decide to bottle it, and at the end of the day,
my only take on this now is this. So obviously there's divorce, right? Yeah. And then that
were they married?
I think they talked about marriage yesterday. You read the story.
Okay.
No, you read the story.
I thought they were engaged. Or conversation about marriage. I think that's what I remember.
I don't think they were married.
Okay. So whatever that it is has now broken down, and then there's a custody battle. Now we are
no, a certain lawyer just sent a message. Why have you finished?
We are told about abuse, right? Domestic abuse, battery, and what have you.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how this didn't play out in court. All these things should have played out in court, and it should have informed the final decision that is handed down. Because the decision we have and the one we read, in fact, when he came up here, we flagged it and said this one is rich people fight, right? Is that the child should be given to the father, but then there was an attempt to take the child out of the country, and then the arrest warrant or whatever was issued. The point we're making is that the system should be able to help both the man and then the woman. Just have this address one way or the other. But again, they feel the public narrative will shape opinions one way or the other, and it will play for this one's benefit or that one's benefit. The girl child loses.
Yeah, it's a child that is losing.
It's a child. The plus picture, image on social media, everywhere.
It is the child that is, because you see, even you have secured a custody or a judgment from the court, if you really care about the child you say they should give to you, this is not something you cause to be published. All over it was on. Look, there are times where there are controversial matters that everybody is interested in, but there are times to where it is programmed. It's a programmed trend, and that was what was happening with this traditional media, bloggers. Now bloggers what's the name? Court saying that don't go with the child. What does that go to do? Unless you are a celebrity in the limelight and your divorce is playing out publicly, and we know that there's a custody battle, really, it will not be on tabloids.
Anyway, so what, and good morning, Seth Owari, what Seth Owari Esquire is saying is that it's a court order for the woman to be arrested. So are we saying that the court order should be ignored?
No.
We are not saying, we are talking about how everything else has played out. This court order, like I said, it could have been handled without it being in the limelight. And you deliberately putting it out there, it is because you want a certain effect. And for me, I said it doesn't communicate someone who really cares about the child. Especially if you're in school. This child is in school. Now all her classmates know that her father has gone to secure a court order to take her, him or her from, is it a girl?
It's a girl.
Take her from the mother. You know, this is something you go and effect it. Why do you?
They should find a resolution one way or the other.
It is what it is. Anyway.
Nonetheless, I don't think the court instructed the police to include the tattoo on the
So they
breast.
said it's genuine.
Yeah, it can be.
From what I'm hearing and the conversation I'm having.
But we can't corroborate as to whether there's a tattoo or not. We are just.
I mean, we're talking about the communication.
Thank you.
You know, that's it. And I'm telling you that these things, they point to something.
Yeah.
And it is displaying itself.
Yeah.
Anyway, it is what
Yeah,
it
but
is.
as to where people put tattoos there, you see, that's
Let's
not
make
for us.
progress.
Thank you. So, where else?
Are you done?
So I'm done. I was done long ago.
Okay.
It was posted.
All right, so the Daily Dispatch is a newspaper I have. I will not tolerate arrogance and disrespect. Mahama warns ministers of state. Comes with his photograph also. Baumia vindicated as Ghana tops latest GSMA mobile money ranking. Details on page 2. And police issues, the story we're discussing, police issues wanted notice for Mrs. Baba Sam for unlawful custody of child. Back page of the Daily Dispatch newspaper, still the Mama and appointees, but there's another one here. NPP MPs will not do anything to obstruct NDC's administration. George Darko is making this claim, and not die MP advocates for increased appointments from the voter region. You know, one word that confuses people is advocates, and people don't know whether to use the for or not. If you're using it as a verb, there's a rule. If you're using it as a noun, there's a rule. I think newspapers should also help. In this regard, the for is not necessary. It's a verb.
Peter,
Action.
we will set up a Peter that will rival that of Peter Blessing.
A verb is an action.
An action or doing it.
What is a verb?
A verb is an action or a doing.
It's funny how we learn these things and
what is a pronoun? A pronoun is the name of a person, blah blah blah. What is a noun? A noun is the name of a person, animal.
Did you attend the same school?
You know, look,
It's a uniformity
What
problem.
is matter?
Matter is anything that has weight and can occupy space. What is atom?
photosynthesis.
Atom is what
The smallest indivisible particle of a substance.
Yeah. What is a molecule? What is a molecule? Oh, those
In
things.
fact, this would have been a perfect time to open the telephone lines and ask for definition.
Yes.
But let's make progress.
That will true back Thursday.
Daily Post newspaper, Mahama swears in Atufos and Harry Idrisu, four other ministers, I beg your pardon. Now, serve with humility and candor, Mahama to new ministers, and a National Education Conference in the offing to address challenges, that's according to Harry Idrisu, and we've averted looming power outages. That's according to President John Dramani Mahama. He said that yesterday, and it looks like he was throwing a lot of bars, but because of how laid back he was, if you're not paying attention, you may not.
You'll miss it.
So.
Yeah.
Yep. It is what it is.
The Chronicle this morning.
Yep.
As Buati set the record straight, Akufo-Addo constructed 13,624 kilometers of roads and not 673 kilometers as claimed by Abuja.
607 in references to new roads.
Yeah.
New roads.
Yeah.
What they do is that usually they lump the repair works and then overlays and stuff all together to make it.
Like the East Legon one.
Yes.
They did it like 3 times.
East Legon,
and I'm supposed to count 3 times.
What's the problem? Like they have good roads.
No, when somebody moves and there's a bump, small, they call and say, Charlie, come fix it. So then they can't just fix the small one like that. So they will overlay everything again. Then you go, another executive member will come and pass, and then they will be. You see, when you are going down a hill,
anyway,
you'll be like,
I get. See, their cars are sophisticated.
Very.
They need
very sensitive. The car has sensors.
Yes.
Yeah.
They need top of the range roads. So every year they have to do overlay. It's those of us.
Yeah. It's just that you can't transport the already existed one. Otherwise, before you overlay, you just move that one and then send it to your people. Article. Yeah.
Anyway, it is what it is.
It shall be well. A new era for Ghana's energy sector. Jena Post's appointment gives hope. The opinions have started coming. child custody dispute. Court orders arrest of Baba Sam.
See,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
sponsored stories.
yeah. And it comes to a picture of Baba Sam.
No, it's in how many 4 newspapers?
Yeah.
This is not a
but to be fair to her, I think the picture is a beautiful one. The
Yeah.
picture they've been using is a
That
beautiful one.
tattoo doesn't show.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
That's what I'm saying. That if they should have put a one that she's wearing bikini, since that's
So then that's authentic.
famous.
The wanted thing is here. It's authentic.
Yeah.
So the fake, I think we have to deal with some people.
It's her people. It's her people. The lady's people. Because the lady has also hit back.
Mm.
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
also gone to report.
Yeah, in fact, her lawyers have written to Daily Graphic, I think, and a few
Yeah.
media houses.
Yeah.
So let's see how it goes.
Yeah. So that's it for the Chronicle.
The Insight newspaper is the last one I have. Betrayal of Western Sahara by Akufo-Addo. Why Ghana's last-minute turn away undermines continental solidarity. Comes with a picture of French President Macron and President Akufo-Addo during the award ceremony. Biden's legacy in the United States, genocide, abroad economic. It's like the Insight has a problem with Biden. All right. So an open letter to His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, the details on page 2, and police face accusation of shielding fraudsters in 17,200 thefts case as victim allegedly 10 suspects and detained severally under questionable circumstances. Details on page 6. And do not sacrifice 24-hour economic policy for system minister syndrome. Adam Ghana. Is it a
Adam GH.
Adam GH.
Yeah.
GH is Ghana. Adam Ghana to president.
They
now.
actually call it Adam.
I get it. Thanks for the correction. I'm advised. The Biden story, Biden's legacy in the United States. So genocide abroad, economic despair at home. Details on page 9 of the Insight newspaper.
There's this thing about some monies belonging to the MIF.
Yeah.
Do you
By
know?
a certain bank. I think it's one of the revelations that the transition has thrown out. So let's allow the new managers to deal with it.
Okay.
You see, MIF is an investment vehicle that had resources, and they decided where to invest those resources. It was the one that was going to give birth to the Japan royalties, right?
Oh.
Yeah. So they sit on a lot of money, and when the money comes in, they are expected to invest. And so this is one of the investment portfolios that we are told has gone bad. So let's see.
I see. All right.
Okay, so BNFT final one I have economy that business optimistic about growth, call for urgent reforms. That's according to the report. Nurturing of seeds innovation among the youth. UNDP Ghana's bold initiative is transforming lives through youth-led innovation. Producer price inflation ends 2024 at 26.1%, and government eyes continental market in 24-hour economy push. Namumulati pledges tax waivers to make sanitary
I just love that name.
Namumu. Yeah.
No, the full name, Namumu. It's
I'm
something I
she
really like.
sends a lot of mumu. Yeah. Politics of integrity, a call for rational thinking in governance. So that's it for BNFT.
All right. I'm done.
yeah,
What
so give
else?
us-
starfm.com.gh. Where are you at? Oh, it just disappeared.
Okay, you there? I was sitting you soon.
I got it. Today is what, 23rd?
Yeah.
Okay. Will leverage trade agreements to boost exports, create jobs. Ofusu Ejare. 80% of schools under trees are in the northern parts of Ghana. That's according to Kofi Asare. He told us when we interviewed him. Beige Bank case, prosecution requests adjournment and court orders release of full proceedings. A debate over Mahama's recent trip to Dubai forces Parliament to suspend sitting. Speak up when things are not going well. Mahama to Kaleji. And my government will not tolerate arrogant ministers, Mahama warns. And consider woman with disability for deputy gender minister. Voak,
Who are they?
Ghana. Voak.
Yeah, it's a gender-based
Voices
organization.
of
Democracy.
women
Okay.
and children with disability.
Why do you want to sneak democracy in there?
Ghana there. Why do you hear voice?
Voak. Well, which part
Why
is
is
it?
Once you have that's all like America.
Let me get their food. Oh my goodness. It says, women, voices of women and children with disability. So why is it VOAC? Where's the D? Voices of women and children with disability. So the D is missing. So we're having VOAC.
So this is what?
VOAC.
Maybe later they added the disability.
Voices of women and children with disability.
Okay, so ends are the children.
Yes.
The disability doesn't count.
Yes, that doesn't count.
Okay.
So VOAC.
So, sitting in this room.
Yeah, feel free.
100 also demands validation of free SHF beneficiary data. Yes, so in one breath, 3 million, other 5 million. But I'm not sure that should be of concern. It should be the data that he requires should be data of those who are benefiting from the program right now. Yeah, not those who have benefited from it so far. Yes, so MP predict economic doom over Atufosun's questionable credentials. Halt illegal mining and tackle corruption. Civil Society Alliance to Mahama. Attorney General to meet oral committee over looted asset recovery. And Operado, eradicating violence is key to Ghana's development. No disrespect and arrogance in my government. Mahama warns appointees. Providing alternative livelihood key to ending Galamsey Operado. Will ensure fairness in granting fishing vessel licenses in Miliata. Will work to make you Ghana's best president. Atufosun assures Mahama. So that's it for sitting issue, and that will be it.
All right, that's it for the News Over Review segment. We'll go for a break. When we return, we'll bring you First Check. It's a Morning Star here on Star 103.5. Stay tuned in.